So I'm driving around the city of Cleveland and I'm thinking about urban gardening. It's like I get these ideas a lot and I'll just, I'll sit on them like, I need to think about it more, develop it more, research it more. I'm like, no, maybe it's actually a good thing to just get ideas out, you know, into the universe, into the digital world. Um, so, I'm driving up, I don't know, Wood Hill, I think. But it could be anywhere in this city. I'm like, all the empty plots of land. I know urban gardening has been something growing in popularity recently, and that's great. But I feel like it's very small scale. Um, there's no consistent. Doesn't seem to be a consistent effort at gardening on a large scale in a way that could positively impact thousands or millions of people. Like, could there not be gardens, in one or two gardens every like 2 square miles, because there's damn sure one or two or 5 or 10 empty plots of land every 2 square miles of the city of Cleveland. Could this not be employing and feeding thousands of people in this city? Rather than it just being something where I say, well, yeah, you'll find it if you look for it, and you'll find it driving through the city. I'm passing one right now. I'm about to stop and see a little bit of information about what exactly it is. No stopping, 7:30. So apparently this is a part of the green infrastructure division of the Cleveland Sewer, Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. This little plot is just to remove storm water from the sewage system. So that's interesting. Not quite the gardening that I'm speaking of, but very much relevant to the point. So I like I said, I hesitate to say things or post things because I'm like, well, I don't want to be this. I don't want to be one of those talkers that don't do anything. I don't want to be someone that just preaches and complains, but no action. But I do think it's good to talk, to have dialogues, to brainstorm. I think one of the biggest problems in America or the world is the extent to which our imaginations are limited and and new ideas are intentionally limited. Whether we're talking about political, economic, technological, we've kind of been put in this sort of box. So that little project, it says there are several of those around this area, 75th and 78th, they said, and that's nice. But I'm just like, I'm thinking big, large scale. Could there not be hundreds of gardens, and those gardens could also be incorporated into this this environmental effort to prevent excessive stormwater draining, like just a very large and cohesive system that will benefit the people and benefit the environment. Something large scale enough to where it's going to actually shift the culture. If pretty much every area in the city is aware of, and there are people in every area of the city that are involved with a garden. We're talking about, I had a little plot, and we have a little plot in the backyard. We have mad tomatoes, kale, herbs. You can feed a lot of people. And if we're talking about acres and acres throughout the city, the impact it could be amazing, and people that are unemployed and or involved in maybe some illicit activities. It might sound crazy, like, oh, nigga, you grow tomatoes? Yeah, I eat and grow tomatoes and various other fruits and vegetables that save me and make me a lot of money. You know, I'm like, well, what about the winter? You know, Cleveland has a horrible, obviously we have a long winter here. We can't grow things the whole year. But when you think about the yield that you would have from that sort of things, from that sort of large scale gardening, all the things you could preserve, you know, tomato sauces and preserved fruits and herbs. So it's not just a summer thing, but this, you know what I'm saying, this is just an idea. If this was something people actually were to put more time, more development, and of course ultimately money into, I just feel like the impact could be huge. I wish I could switch my camera. I feel like that used to be a feature, but apparently it's not. Just to sort of show where I'm driving through now, and how, you know, I passed a building that was like a big bank or a financial firm, started by some Eastern Europeans, you know, back in the day. And it's like, it's just a closed down building now. It's like everything is closed down. It could be a beautiful city. You know, and this is not to talk down on Cleveland, like parts of it are not, you know, that it's not a place with a lot of, you know, culture, community, etc. But empty lot, huge empty lot, huge empty lot, huge empty lot, left, right, you know. Could we not do something with these? Other than just leaving them empty, or maybe in some cases building some business that's just gonna employ people at low wages. Just a thought. Thought is important.